Hey, butthead. I thought I told you to never come in here. Just joking, guys. I'm actually thrilled you're here, let's be honest. I could use the clicks. I'm real happy you came back for a Back to the Future Floating DeLorean Part 2 video. The first video kind of blew up and I was thinking to myself, how could I spin this into some more clicks? I mean, what could I do to give people more of the Floating DeLorean that they want to see? So I had a great idea. I thought, you know what we could do is, I got a ton of questions in the first video. Why don't I go through, I can answer all of your questions about this here Floating DeLorean. I can explain what happened in the malfunction, kind of, and we'll give you a lot more B-roll, which is what most of you people wanted. You wanted to see the car floating even more, less in my face. I don't know why, this is a great looking face. You also wanted to see some dark floating, so floating in the darkness. We're gonna do all that right now. Okay, I got your questions right here. First and foremost, the big malfunction. Look, I'm not as big of a chode as many of you think that I am. I totally explained what happened so poorly in the last video. You probably already watched it. If not, go back and check it out. I could not get this thing to float, and I said it was because the car wasn't plugged in. So look, okay? The car was plugged in when I started, and actually if you go back and look at the video, you can tell because this little white ring, it turns on when the car is positioned correctly over the magnets, and it will light up if this thing is plugged in. And no matter what I did, I could not get the car to float, and yet this was coming on, so I know it was plugged in. Then I lost my cool, I got frustrated, I turned off the camera, I moved this thing, I went to go read the instructions, and I came back and I was trying it again, and that's when I was trying it without it being plugged in. I plugged it back in, boom, baby. All of a sudden, it started floating, and I have no idea why. Now, some people have said that they've had problems with this base unit, and sometimes these base units go bad. In fact, in the instructions, they say do not ever leave the car on the base floating for any long period of time, especially if you're not in the room. And they say if the base gets really hot, that you need to unplug the base right away and let it cool off. So apparently, whatever's going on in here, these electronics were designed in some back alley in Shanghai. If you leave it plugged in too long, it's either gonna melt down completely or blow up. I don't know, but the instructions are very explicit. Do not leave the car floating on the base. You're only supposed to put it on the base for limited amounts of time, which I know kind of sucks. It kind of defeats the purpose. Like, that's the magic of this product, right? Is you want it to be floating full time. And unfortunately, you just can't do that. It's one of those things where you put it on the base, you let it float for a little while, and then you take it off for the night. You definitely don't leave it floating overnight unless you want your whole house to burn down and you want to wake up screaming. Okay, the other big one is, dude, it's not an exact replica. Oh my gosh, look how close the steering wheel is to the seat. Oh my, can you believe this guy? The Mr. Fusion, it's totally not the right scale. Look, dudes, I'm just telling you, it's a 1/20th scale replica. It's a toy. Yes, it is not an exact replica of the DeLorean from Back to the Future Part 2. It's very close. To me, I think it looks pretty much exactly like it, but what I learned doing this product review is there's a whole lot of Back to the Future Floating DeLorean specialists out there, and they're just waiting for you to make a mistake so they can jump down your throat and tell you what a huge idiot you are because Emmett Brown, he never would have built the DeLorean to that scale. Now, the other thing a lot of you guys asked about was the build quality. I think this thing looks pretty sturdy, but you can see there are definitely some issues with the doors not closing all the way. Same with this side. And yes, some of the internal components on the inside of the front of the dash don't actually illuminate. That's kind of a bummer. I think overall, this actually is a really impressive build quality. In fact, I'm totally satisfied with it. The door's not closing all the way. That's a minor annoyance, but for the most part, I think the details of this car are absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with the way the wiring harnesses are attached, the way all the little LEDs are positioned. I think it looks pretty much exactly close to the Floating DeLorean in Back to the Future Part 2. I haven't been disappointed for a minute, but I know some of you out there could notice some of the lesser quality parts on the car, but some of you are real hawks. You're looking for exactness, preciseness. I get that, I appreciate that. That may not be this car, but I think this car is like 90% of the way there. Oh, probably the number one question I got is, does this little hoverboard float? Now, this car came with the sports almanac from the movie. It also includes this little hoverboard, And sadly, this hoverboard does not float on the base. That would be a little weird because the hoverboard's actually really small, and if you placed it in the middle, you could barely even see that it's there. But they do make a hoverboard product that works the exact same way as this does, and it's significantly less expensive. In fact, I think it's like $100 right now. And it's the full-size hoverboard from the movie. It even includes the little handstands that go off the front of the hoverboard, and then you place it on the base and it just floats there beautifully. You don't leave it overnight because you don't want your house to explode. But if you want the hoverboard experience that is just like the car, you can get that on the Kids Logic website. Now in the other video I touched on this, but I neglected to show you all the beautiful details, is this car comes with 2 sets of wheels. It has the regular wheels that you can see right there, the drive mode wheels, and then it comes with these fly mode wheels, and you can see there's little plugs on the end of these as well. So you just pull these little wheels off, just like that, and then you plug in these little wheels just like so. And the cool part is the bottom of the wheels have lights built in, and I totally forgot to show that to you guys last time. So once you get all of these wheels pulled off, you have the floating wheels installed, and when you put this thing on the base, it will light up all the wheels as well. You're looking at it right now. I'm sure all of you are crying because it's so accurate. It looks just like it does in the movie. And that's yet another impressive thing about this car, is the attention to detail, all the lights all over the car. It's not perfect, don't jump up my keister, but it's pretty gosh darn good. And you're gonna love all the little light details built into this car for sure. Now look, just to totally redeem myself and show you guys that I know what I'm doing, I can float this car anytime I want to. Yeah, it's plugged in. I hope you're ready to go. Let's do some live real-time floats right now. Here we go, here we go. Boom, oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh yeah, then you find that sweet spot, boom. Let it go, it's floating all day long. You wanna see that again? It's weird because when this is not plugged in, it still has the same sensation, but it doesn't like grab onto it like it does once it's powered up. So when you place it down, you can see the base is gonna illuminate once the car is in the perfect spot, and then there's like the sweet spot where you'll feel like it kind of grips onto the car, and then it will grab onto it. There we go, there we go. Oh baby, there it is. And there's a little button right here that you can use to turn the car on and off, which I forgot to show you guys last time because I was so excited that I wasn't thinking. And this is what I thought the power brick was for, is to light the car on and off, not to actually create some kind of wacky magnetic field that would make the car float. Who would think about that? No one but a physics major or Emmett Brown himself. So there you go, that's part 2 with the Floating DeLorean from Back to the Future Part 2. Just let me say this. This is one of the coolest products that I've reviewed on this channel. I think I paid $337 total with shipping. It's $307 on Kid Logic's website. They charge about $35 for shipping. So $340 total with shipping. I think it's worth every penny. You get the custom lights. You get the impeccable quality of all the little details all throughout the car. You get the hoverboard and the almanac. It's just the full meal deal, my friends. This is one of the best purchases I've made. No, Kids Logic didn't send this to me. I wish they did. I wish they did. I would have loved that. But this was paid for out of my own pocket, my own hard ducats. I think I've said enough. I'm the ultimate DeLorean car floater. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. My name's Erfon Elijah, Gadget Hunter. If you like this video, if you wanna see more content just like this, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm coming back real soon. Until my next video, why don't you make like a tree and get out of here.